Staff at a local animal shelter is thanking the community for stepping up. Donations from people like you help them to get off a crucial piece of equipment that will help the animals stay happy and healthy. 13 News Now reporter Megan Perrier is here to explain.
Regina, the Norfolk SPCA was in desperate need of a washing machine. It helps not just for the comfort, but for the overall health of the animals as well. And I spoke with them today about how the community stepped up.
Warm, soft, and easy to snuggle. I'm not talking about these adorable cats, but clean laundry. The Norfolk SPCA's washing machine broke down, and this industrial washer is on its last leg. Bags on bags sit waiting.
So you can imagine the laundry that we do every day with having 100+ animals in the facility.
This is just one day of laundry at the shelter. Norfolk SPCA Executive Director Kimberly Sherlaw says each towel is important for the animals.
A lot of the cages can be metal cages, so having the comfort of a couple layers of towels makes all the difference in the world.
And it helps keep the animals healthy.
We have a whole nother set of linens that are washed separately from the shelter linens to help you with, infectious disease control.
See, the shelter usually uses its resources in the clinic to help strays like Crow.
Turned out that he had to have his back leg amputated, and he's been here recuperating with us, and he's doing really well.
And since the shelter runs completely on donations, there wasn't much left for a washing machine. So they made moves with social media and a GoFundMe campaign.
And it really just took off, and people have been really generous.
So generous that in less than a day, 2 washing machines were at their back door.
It was instant, help, and you can't ask for any more support, and, to know that your community is right there when you need them.
So tonight, as the sleepiness overcomes and the lights go out, these guys get to rest easy while they wait.
For them to feel like they're more at a home rather than in the shelter. So it's essential to what we do every day.
And if you want to help or donate, the SPCA is always in need. Visit our website at 13newsnow.com for details on how to do it. Live in the studio, I'm Megan Perrier, 13 News Now.